Sorry. What it do, bitches? I've had like 15 outfit changes today. Like, I have so many layers on. I feel like one of those jogger moms right now. Ugh. So recently, what screen am I on here? Okay. Oh god, I had a gas bubble. Okay, so recently I made a video. I'm talking about, you know, the Fifth Element and how I've been learning that opera. And how I wanted to make a tutorial on, I guess, the basics on how to sing or how to do opera. I'm not going to go into reading a piece or any advanced technical skills because that would take way too long to explain, but this I just wanted to keep simple. This is the top 5 most key, essential, important elements to singing. So, like I talked about in my rapping video, my Rap God video, and briefly in my Fifth Element opera video, aside from good technique, which is what I talked about a lot. Aside from good technique, pitch is the most important thing in regards to singing. Some beginners will be confused. What is pitch? Okay? I know it seems so elementary, but not a lot of people really know what singing on pitch is. They just aimlessly sing. You know what I mean? They don't listen, they don't really hear, they don't exactly aim for specific notes. So, being on pitch is hitting any of the 12 notes on the piano, obviously. So, like, okay, that's what a pitch is. Being on pitch is being... That's being on pitch. So you're going to want to aim for, you know, when you listen to a song, that song will be made up of various notes. All of those notes are on the piano. I remember being little and thinking, well, can't there be notes that are in between those notes that, you know, exist? No. Being on pitch is singing any of these notes. So C, C sharp D, D sharp E, F, F sharp G, G sharp A sharp B, all the way up to the next octave. So I say sharp, I don't like flats. I like saying sharp because I think it just distinguishes that these black keys are really just the sharp version of C, the sharp version of D. Because you say E flat, I mean, it's the same thing. E flat and D sharp are the same thing. Well, whatever. Okay, because, you know, this is stuff that beginners don't know. They don't know. They don't know this. Okay. And like I said, most people just aimlessly sing without listening to the pitches that they're singing, or even when they're listening to a song in the car, they don't necessarily listen to the... Listen. They don't necessarily listen. They don't listen with 50% of their attention. You know, listen to a song with... Try listening to a song with 75% of your attention, and you'll be able to soak that song in a lot more. So... practice, because pitch is the most important thing in regards to singing. Practice playing notes on the piano and singing them and imitating them. And even listening to songs in the car, try mimicking the melody to the best that you can. But without worrying so much about how you sound, because when you worry too much about how you sound, it's going to fuck up with the mechanics of your voice, I think. And I've had that problem before, obviously. So that's why having good technique is good. Because if you have good technique so good that you don't have to think about it, when you go to emulate a pitch or mimic a pitch, it will just, your body will do what it needs to do, and your vocal cords will stretch to the proper amount in order to accommodate for that pitch or that note. Okay, so another thing is belting. People want to know how to belt and go for those crazy, like, yelling, Kelly Clarkson, Christina Aguilera type notes. And the key to singing louder is actually singing softer. And I know that's a contradictory statement, but it actually helps you more accurately resonate and hit the pitches that you want to hit. And here's why that is, okay? Because if you want to belt or even hit a high note, you can't just, belt. You can't just belt. There's a certain thing that happens in your body, and you have to set your body up. You set your body up as if you were about to sing softly. Because when you sing softly, it allows the most freedom in your body. It allows less tension, more support, so that it will ring out. So when you start off singing softer, started off from a softer note. I know that wasn't on pitch or whatever, but that started off from a softer note. So when you think soft, but you want to set it up as if you're about to sing soft, because I heard somebody say, if you can sing the note soft, you can sing the note loud. You can't just belt out a loud note. If you can't sing that same high note softly, then you're not using the right mechanics. So when you're belting, you want to use your diaphragm. You want to use your pregnant woman muscles, not your neck. You don't want to just aim to belt out. You want to start off relaxed and soft as if you're going to sing soft. So remember that. Number 3, singing is a conscious thing that happens unconsciously. Another contradictory statement, you know? Oh my God. Singing is like the biggest ass backwards thing ever. That's why I think maybe I can relate to it so much, because one day I'm this, one day I'm the next thing. And it's like I'm both things at once, you know? So singing is kind of both things at once. So like I said, if you think too hard about technique, you are bound to use the wrong muscles or activate those muscles too much, creating damage and hindering your sound. So in order to retrain your voice, in order to use it properly, you're going to need to consciously figure out what muscles you're using. You know, you're going to want to make sure your neck is relaxed. Make sure your rib cage is expanded. Make sure you can feel those muscles activated. The muscles in your ass, you want to feel them. You don't want to feel any neck tension. You want your shoulders relaxed. You want to only sing from your vocal cords. So, just point a finger on your Adam's apple, your vocal box. Muscles, all muscles relax. Breathe in. Now, when you make that sound, you're going to want to make sure that it's not lifting up. You're going to want to make sure that your larynx, which is this, is low. You know when you swallow, how it lifts up? Those swallowing muscles will get in the way of the sound coming out. So you want to make sure that you have a low larynx anytime you're singing, especially when you're belting. That's why belting, to sing softly, when you sing softly, your larynx is low. Your larynx is low. So when you sing, you want that same larynx position for when you're singing. But even professional singers don't use 100% proper technique. Some people do, but it's usually something that, yes, you're born with a little bit the capabilities to sing, but a lot of it is working on your voice every day, a little bit of warm up. So don't get discouraged, and don't overthink it too much. But I know in the beginning of when I was retraining my voice, I was thinking a lot about that. I was like OCD with it, you know, because it's a lot of things to retrain, you know, and it's also mental too, because you have to train your mind to not use certain muscles when you're going to sing or when you're going to do whatever the fuck you're doing. You want as much freedom in your voice as possible and the least amount of muscles involved. Anything from here down is good to go. And you know, I know sometimes people need, they feel like they need, a push or a crutch to get out the sound. And, you know, I know that to some extent is normal. Some tension to some extent is normal. But, you know, to help you hit even higher octave notes. So to help you, this is in regards to high notes. Number 4, high notes. There's a specific visualization technique. It's a combination of things, but I'm going to sum it up for you. And it's, you're going to envision yourself, like I said, you know, with this low larynx, only singing from here. And you're going to envision yourself singing backwards into your throat. But you're going to want to project out. So it's going to feel like a little bit of air is being swallowed, but you're going to want to project out into your nose. So it's like you're singing backwards and forwards at the same time. There's a thing happening. I feel it buzzing in my, I feel a pressure in my face when I do that. That's how you know you're doing it right. So it's going to kind of feel like this tingly, buzzy air is going in the back of your throat, but pressure is building up in the front of your face. You want to squeak into it. You know what I mean? You just kind of want to squeak into it and let it happen very softly and naturally. In regards to the high notes, you want to just tap into it, you know? Because if you do that, that gently stretches your vocal cords out so that you can hit the high notes. It's like if you're doing a split. You know, you inch your way into it. Because if you go down, you're gonna blow out your dick or something. I don't know. You're gonna fuck up your groin. But one way that I like to visualize this, and with singing lower notes, middle register notes, and head voice notes, is I like to envision that in my head, right here, is a green pipe. I don't know why it's green. In order to play, so in order to play the lower part of the pipe, your chest voice, because you feel it, in order to hit the low notes, your chest voice is the lower notes, your speaking voice, because you put your hand on your heart and you talk, you can hear it, you feel it buzzing. That's what you want. In order to hit the lower notes, you're going to want to project out the lower part of this pipe. The lower part of the pipe might be all the way down here, whatever. The higher up you go, you're going to want to, the sound is going to be coming, say, for middle voice, you're going to want to aim here or here. Like, here or here. It depends on where you crack. You know what I mean? But my mixed voice can go for a while. I can go for a long time being just here. I can hit whistle register notes. It doesn't really take me until here to get to whistle register. High notes, sometimes you're going to want to envision that you're playing these notes from, your eyes. Here, you're going to feel that pressure there. With good technique, this feeling will happen automatically without you even having to think about it, but it is something to think about because like I said, you're going to have to consciously do this in order to unconsciously do this. Okay, number 5. Humming really low and sounding like a monk. Humming really low and sounding like a monk. Yeah, will help you feel the sensation and how easy it should feel to sing, especially when you're singing lower notes. So, that's like some Toni Braxton shit right there. You feel that buzzing. Forward, coming only from here. That's sort of how easy it is that's a feeling that you want to feel when you're singing. And of course, it's exaggerated and extrapolated when you're singing low notes. Low notes are easier to sing. That's our comfort zone, obviously. When you get up to, when hitting the high notes, there's a release. It almost feels like you're floating. You're going to feel a lot of pressure build up in your ass, your pelvic region. It also, at the same time, feels like your head is exploding. So it's a release down here, and your head explodes. You actually will feel pressure. When I say a release, it feels like something's pushing down on your ass. Like I don't know, but it's a release. It's a release from here and here, so it's like you're floating. And that happens when you're belting high notes. So what I would suggest is start off singing in low, mixed voice. Start off using that. Gently inch your way up to the high notes. Use a soft voice. Eventually you'll get there. If you want to practice accuracy with your pitches or just technique in general, to start out using your lower or mixed voice, because that's actually going to make a huge difference. Don't go for the high notes now, because you're just going to hurt your voice. Inch your way into that. Aim for a new note or two going up the scale every week or month or however long. Take your time with it. But yeah, those are my techniques, and that's pretty much vocal anatomy and technique 101. Actually, no, there's a lot more, and I might do a video on it, on more things once I get used to more things and once I learn more things. But if you are a singer and you want me to go more into a specific part of this video or a specific theory, let me know, and I'll dive more into it. But yeah, you know what? This was 4 years of bullshit summed up into one video, so you're welcome. Lexa out. Oh wait, bitch! Don't forget to like this video, save it on a playlist, share it, comment, subscribe, and also check out some of my shit. Links are below. Thank you for supporting me.
Better miss me with that bullshit. Better miss me with that bullshit. bullshit.